I'll take 6 more of these. Thank you very much. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final, Oilers and Panthers. Did we go to overtime? Yes, we did. Tied at 3. Watch Trent Frederick shoot. Sergei Bobrovsky. Big save. Panthers are able to clear the puck out of the zone, but watch the save. Absolutely keeping the game alive. Then 2 minutes left in overtime. Oilers, the breakaway. Evan Bouchard also saved. Will this game ever end? No, it won't until this. 30 seconds left. Connor McDavid to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl got the first one. He got the last one too. Oilers on the board first in the Stanley Cup Final, 4-3. They get the win in overtime. And of course, it was Draisaitl. This is his 3rd overtime winner just this postseason. That is tied for the most in a single postseason in NHL history, alongside a few other notable greats, including Matthew Tkachuk.
So when Leon scores with just 31 seconds left in that first overtime period, describe the feeling.
I mean, our power play came through. That's that's a big goal, a big moment. Obviously, it's overtime, but I thought our power play at the start of the third, end of the second, we had some momentum. We had some chances. Puck's not going to go in all the time, but it's creating momentum, and then we found a way at the end.
There were so many momentum shifts in this game. What was it like to play in?
It was back and forth. It was exciting. There were 2 great teams going at it. You wouldn't want it any other way. It's a battle out there. It's a war, and it's a lot of fun.
That pass that McDavid gave Ekholm to tie the game at 3. How would you describe it?
I mean, that's stable. He has eyes everywhere, and I don't know how he sees that, but I mean, it's right on the tape. It's in the back of the net.
And based off how tonight went, what can we prepare for the rest of the series?
I think you just saw what's going to happen. I mean, it's going to be close. It's going to be tight checking. It's momentum swings both ways, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun hockey.
Do you know what I've realized? We don't have enough nicknames.
We don't?
No.
Who's we? Me and you?
Me and you. We need to have nicknames. Call you Evesy.
Oh my God, that's literally my nickname in college.
Leon Draisaitl scored a goal with 31 seconds left. No, that's the second latest into a Stanley Cup Final game to Mike Bossy back in 1982.
And Nicole, thanks very much. Yes, the repeat SportsCenter on the road presented by Geico, as you can see. The only thing different from last season already, last season's series, is Florida didn't win Game 1, and Leon Draisaitl, who didn't score at all in the 7-game series in terms of goals, picked up a pair tonight. What a great start to the Stanley Cup Final.
Unreal start. You couldn't have scripted it any better for the National Hockey League and for the fans.
Yeah.
The pace, the tempo, the intensity, the superstars. This was an epic Game 1.
The drama had it all. Let's show you all the pretty pictures from Edmonton. Game 1, the Stanley Cup Final. And Lord Stanley was in the house. That's the hardware they're all playing for. And the building was on fire to start. And a minute in, Jake Wallman's going to shoot it. Kasperi Kapanen gets stopped on the rebound by Leon Draisaitl. 66 seconds in.
Making an impact early, and that's exactly what they needed to get the home crowd into the game. Leon Draisaitl jumps all over that rebound.
All right, so then later in the first, Matthew Tkachuk for Carter Verhaeghe, and it goes in off of Sam Bennett. The Oilers are going to challenge. This looked like goaltender interference to me, buddy.
It was to me, and I'm the president of the goal union. That certainly was, but that was not the call. And of course, Panthers on the board.
Yeah, you're penalized then when you challenge unsuccessfully. Florida power play. Who else? Brad Marchand, and it's 2-1.
Look at that dish by Nate Schmidt. Perfect pass to Brad Marchand. He makes no mistake for that one.
Again, the Oilers outshot Florida in a big way in the first period, but we're losing 2-1. Early on in the second, Schmidt finds Bennett in all alone. Sam Bennett, have yourself a night.
Bennett, the menace, as I call him, leads the Stanley Cup playoffs with 12 goals so far.
All right, building's gone quiet. It's about to get really loud. Victor Arvidsson, a scratch for most of the postseason, right through Sergei Bobrovsky.
That's vintage, because that's an old school slapper coming down the wing. Great shot there by Arvidsson.
6 minutes into the third, 1-goal hockey game. McDavid finds who? Mattias Ekholm. Your defensive defenseman scores the goal. We're all tied.
The big Viking out of Sweden, Ekholm, courtesy of the great pass by McDavid. Ekholm, what an absolute rocket.
Under 5 to play. This is tension time. There is drama. Evan Bouchard turns it over. Alexander Barkov's shot is blocked by Bouchard, and then Skinner makes the save on the rebound.
Good job by Skinner here. Watch his glove as he's down, but not out. Looked like a little shortstop there getting that glove in front of him.
Way to overtime we go. 7 minutes into the extra session. It's Kapanen. He's going to break through all alone, and it just hits the outside of the post. Glorious chance there.
This is a strong take by Kapanen. Power move, just glances off the outside post. He can't believe it.
2 minutes left in overtime. Bouchard going to get through the Florida defense here. Backhand, forehand, and Bobrovsky the save.
Sergei Bobrovsky with a perfect read, putting his blocker down a la Ed Belfour to take away the 5-hole.
Seconds later, Thomas Nosek. No, Nosek. Puck over glass, delay a game penalty coming up.
56-degree lob wedge, but he gets this one out of bounds. You got to keep that inside the rink. He doesn't. That's a tough spot for him.
Florida trying to get out of this first overtime. 33 seconds left. Not going to happen. McDavid to Draisaitl, wide open. What a pass.
Couldn't have engineered this any better. That was an absolute beautiful pass by McDavid, and Leon Draisaitl with the finisher.
Draisaitl makes no mistake. What a night for the Oilers, Leon.
Leon, the play that was made on the game winner in overtime, Connor McDavid makes the pass, but the first guy he goes to is Corey Perry, because I was right behind the net watching it. Does that just tell you about the entire team and the little plays that make a difference in a game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm standing there capitalizing on this, but it's what happens over there. That's 4 great hockey plays in a row, right? That's what our team's all about. We get excited for each other, and we never quit. So very, very fortunate to be part of this great group.
Well, you can really tell that with your group and the harmony. One more for you, Leon. You're without Zach Hyman. Everybody knows that, and that's a big part of your forecheck and physicality and character. The coach says, well, we need some right wingers to step up. Kapanen's one of the stars of the game. Corey Perry makes the great play. Arvidsson scores a big goal, and Connor Brown was significant in this game. What can you say about just the depth and the guys that stepping up when you need it most?
Yeah, I mean, they've done it all run, honestly. Our depth has won us a crazy amount of hockey games in the last couple months here. They're all going to get a little bit more time, and they're all going to, get their looks a little bit more. So I think they're all excited. Obviously, we're going to miss Heimo. There's no secret about that. But I think we got the guys in here to, compensate in a way.
A few more notes on Leon Draisaitl. During the regular season, set the NHL record, 6 overtime goals. He's now tied the NHL record with 3 overtime goals in this postseason. And oh, by the way, he's the 4th player on record to score an overtime power play goal in the Stanley Cup Final. McDavid to Draisaitl, that's the story.
That's the story. 2 league MVPs hooking up. Corey Perry as well as a league MVP. But 2 superstars taking this game over when it matters most, putting their fingerprints on the game, with the game on the line in game 1. Here's Leon Draisaitl early to set the tone, as you said, Leaves. Less than a minute in, he jumps all over this one to get the party started.
Yeah, the storybook, and then he finishes it too. He finishes what he started.
Absolutely, he finishes what he started. Look at that juicy sauce, that pass. Great dish by McDavid over to Leon Draisaitl. German engineering at its finest. They'll love it up here in Alberta, and they're certainly loving it in his home native Germany, as he says, Dankeschön to the fans. This was a beautiful finish by him, and the fans were going bonkers. Why would they not? But Leaves, I can't say it enough. You need your best players to be your best. Look at the bedlam out in the moss pit.
Yes.
Incredible stuff. What a game.
Feel for Nosek, he makes the mistake, puts him on the power play. So that's the story. Florida will not feel good about this. They blew a 3-1 lead, a team that never blows leads. Under Paul Maurice, the Panthers had been 31-0. They'd never lost when having even a 1-goal lead after one period of a playoff game or the second period. And here they blow a 3-1 lead, and they go down in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. That's the story for now from Edmonton. Back to you guys.